Trying to do something. Yo, yo, lower that thing. All right. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, how are you all doing? Good evening. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? So kindly type in where you are listening from. Good evening to everyone. Kindly type in where you are listening from. Where are you listening from? Kindly indicate where you are listening from. All right. So you're having Ungwa from Kenya. You're welcome. From Kenya. So if you join the stream, you kindly give a like, then you start. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? So we have Samwamafu from Kenya. Sorry, Samwamafu from Nungwa. We're having Obidaya from Kenya. We're having Alex from Kenya. Azania, is it at Kenya or where? So let me share my screen. Share my screen. So today we are going to talk about one important topic that most beginners get confused on. So you are going to talk about you're going to talk about an important topic that most beginners usually get confused on how it works. So so it's in South Africa. Okay. All right. S- Okay, so is that all? So we're having Samamafu from Nungwa, we're having Obediah from Kenya, we're having Alex from Kenya, we're having Nani from Zania in South Africa. All right, so you are all welcome. My name is Pakwesi. I'm from Ghana. All right, so you are all welcome. So today we are going to talk about an important topic that most beginners usually get confused on. So how did last week? How many people are even trading live? How did it go last week? How many people are trading live? How many people are trading live on their live, having a live account that they are trading? So Emmanuel from Takwa. Okay, Emmanuel, you are welcome. So how many people are trading live, having a live account? How did your week go? How did the week go? How many people are trading live? Okay, so we are about to be ushered into a new week, and we need to make we need to make money from the upcoming week. So for the past weeks, for my side, I've been in a winning streak for the past weeks. So I hope most of you two have been experiencing the same thing, or you guys have been losing. Forex is very difficult for some people. Forex is really hard, especially if you are starting out. It's really hard if you don't know what you are doing. You normally get frustrated on how it works. So you need to get a lot of knowledge on how it works before you can be profitable in this game. You need to get a lot of knowledge. You need to be consistent. You need to be persistent. You need to show up, practice, 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 practice. And you need to get the right education and knowledge on how it works. Other than that, you are going to really suffer. You get it? So normally I've been doing live streams on these platforms, or this channel. I've been doing live streams most often. So those who are not aware, let me put it this way: those who are not aware, kindly put a channel on a notification. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so. And I don't think someone out there is doing like what I'm doing over here. Is someone who has been consistent like how I've been doing. Is anyone out there giving you free value like how I've been doing? I'm not sure someone out there is doing something of this sort. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so by subscribing to the channel. And also, if you have not given a like on the stream, kindly give a like on the stream and share the link, share the channel to your friends, your colleagues, those who are new to trading, so that they will get a lot of information and knowledge on how trading works. Because I've been mostly, my target is to the beginners. So the channel is solely for beginners, and I know a lot of my followers and a lot of people who are following me are beginners. So my goal is to educate. My goal is not to give you just to give you as in signals and those things. Even though I've been giving signals on my YouTube channel and those stuffs doing the live streams, but my goal is to educate you. My goal is to help you to understand how the markets work, so that you'll be able to do it yourself without consulting or without the help of anyone. That's the best way to go. If you learn how to do it yourself, you can do it without, even in your bedroom, you can be doing it without consulting anyone. But if you start targeting signals, it's not going to end you, well. You get it? It's not going to end you well. So the best advice I would give everyone if you come into this industry is to first of all seek for knowledge. If you get knowledge, your account too is going to be at the safer side. But at the beginning stage, if you start with signals, if you start with someone helping you, it's going to be very hard. The game is really, really simple. It's not easy though, but it's very simple if you know how to analyze. The analysis is the most important thing. You get it? So in today's live webinar, or in our weekly webinar today, I'm going to be showing you how you'll be able to use the various time frames to do your analysis. So if you just joined the channel, kindly share where you are listening from. I want to know where people are coming from. I want to know where my followers are coming from. So kindly share where you are listening from. Where are you guys listening from? And today too, we are going to do analysis. You see, last week I gave an analysis on USD CHF. I don't know how many people joined the weekly webinar last week. I gave an analysis. I gave a prediction on USD CHF, and it's played out perfectly well. And a lot of people, I even made money with people on my YouTube streams. When we were doing the streams, I made money from people. So Lagos, okay, you're having people from Lagos listening to me, Nigeria. So I shared a view on what I gave out analysis on USD CHF, and we took it on Monday. That was the trade that we took. So today too, I'm going to be doing same. I'm going to share my idea. I'm going to give an idea. We're going to be analyzing the pair, and at the same time, I'm going to talk about one important topic that mostly a lot of people are facing problem on how to figure it out. When I started out, I was also facing the same problem, especially how to do the analysis using the various time frames. So I'll be sharing the same thing with you people. I'm going to give you a guide on how you'll be able to go by it. So we are having Tetevi Daniel from Water Region Zio or what. So we have Angel Peace from Lagos. You're welcome. We're having Lanio what Oyarifa Ghana representing Kicks Charlie. New Life Crusaders from Ashaman. Okay, so you're all welcome. You're all welcome to the live stream today. So by the end of this live stream, my goal is for you to get value. My goal is for you to be able to grab something before you leave the live stream. And as you know me already, I've been sharing a lot of nuggets. I've been giving you a lot of clues on tips. And sometimes one thing that normally I rejoice when I see it is what people who have not joined my course are giving me testimonials. Those who have been paying attention to whatever I've been saying, even though they've not bought my course, but the little things that they've been grabbing from what I've been saying, they have been seeing results. You get it? They've been seeing results. So that's what normally I rejoice when I see them. So that means I'm doing well. I'm helping people out. Low key, people are seeing the effect of the things that I'm doing. So I'm happy for that, and I'm not going to give up. Even someone is watching or no one is watching, I'm going to still share value to you people. You get it? So if you're a beginner and you are starting out, especially those who are not having the means or the resource to even pay for my service, you can still stay around, just be grabbing one, even though it's going to take you time. You see, as if you patronize, if you purchase a course, that one is going to be very fast for you to grab things, because you need to wait for me to come live before you can grab one or two things. And you can't be asking me questions privately. But if you are part of my private group, you are going to be asking me questions privately, and I'm going to answer to your questions. That's the benefit of what you enjoy joining my private group. But if you are not part of the private group, if you are suffering, you are going to suffer alone. That's the disadvantage. But you can still stay around. You get it? If you are not having money to pay for my private group, you can still stay around, be grabbing one or two things. And I know I've been sharing a lot of information. As I started out, if I got this kind of information that is being shared over here, my journey would have been quick. I would have gotten the skill very quick. But since I wasn't having someone to get close to us into contact, it became very hard and difficult for me to get it earlier. It took me a long time, but I'm not expecting you to take for it to take you a very long time like that. So for you, for instance, if you pay attention to whatever I'm teaching, it's going to very fast for you. And one thing is what trading, there are a lot of advantages, especially if you know how to trade. Money, you are going to print money in the markets. You are going to be making money that you just open your mouth and be saying, wow, is this thing possible? Something of this sort happening? Like, or is something of this sort existing? If you know how to trade, that's the beauty of knowing how to trade. But if you don't know how to trade, you are going to be losing money and you'll be saying, how can I be losing money? How can my money be going fast like that? How can my money be going fast like that? So the best way, the best advantage, the thing that I'm going to be telling you is what, if you are starting out. So I'll always try to give an advice. Okay, I always try to give an advice on how people will be able to get their way through forex. Okay, the simplest way for you to be able to get forex, the simplest way for you to be able to get forex, understand forex, is for you to first of all, you need to get knowledge. You get it? You need to get knowledge. Without knowledge, it's going to be very hard and difficult for you. You need to get knowledge on how forex trading works. You get it? You need to get knowledge first. After getting the knowledge, then you start going in big. If you are not having the knowledge, kindly be reserved at the meantime. Okay, kindly be reserved at the meantime. All right, so as I indicated, or as I said, today we are going to talk about one important topic that a lot of people are usually confused on how it works. You get it? So after my presentation, if you're having questions, you just write down your questions and I'll address them one after the other. Okay. So the reason why you need to listen to me is what, I've been in the game for a very long time. I've traded the market for almost 6 years. You get it? I have a lot of experience. I started trading the forex market around 2018. You get it? And I lost money for 4 good years. But that doesn't mean it needs to take you also the same period. Those times when I started, education wasn't, people were not educating like as it's going on now. Okay, as it's going on now, people were not educating. Getting education was very hard. You need to pay a lot of money for you to get educated. So I'm not saying it should take you that very long time that it took me. You get it? It shouldn't take you that period or that duration. But you need to put in with much efforts and dedication. By by 6 months or a year, you should be able to figure out how the game is being played. It's all about you getting the knowledge and getting the knowledge from the right person. So currently I'm having an ongoing webinar. I'm currently having an ongoing training for those. We are having 30 days boot camp for those who don't know how to trade. You get it? So we have started from the scratch. So I think you spent like 4 days for to now. You taking out like 4 days. You spent like 4 days. So it's going to take us 30 days. That's the goal. So 30 days. By the end of the 30 days, I will try and grant some interviews to some of my students who have been able to finish the 30 days. And I'm hoping, because I'm really putting in much efforts and energy for people to really understand how the game is being played. So I'm really trying my best for people to see results. So I'm hoping, or my belief, I'm strongly believing that by the end of the 30 days, a lot of people are going to be able to analyze. So if you have not joined yet, you are still young in the training. So you can still book an appointment and you can still make the payment and join. You have not started the technical analysis yet. So we started everything from the scratch. We started from the beginning, the various apps you need to trade. And so next week we are going to start the beginner session. So you are still young in the training. So if you are still interested, I'll maybe give it to you at a discounted price. You can join the training and you are going to be what? You are going to be part of the team. So I'm going to make sure people are going to see results. So by the end of the 30 days, I'm going to grant some interview to some of the students who have been able to pass out, and I'm going to be showing you some of their results too. You get it? And I'm going to be helping other people to also get funded, like how I'm now funded. I'm going to help other people to get funded because of their skill set now they've gotten. So a lot of information over there. And one thing I'm saying is what my next boot camp is going to be more expensive because this thing is really draining. Imagine every day I have a social life, and because of the training that I'm doing now, I've even ignored, or I've even stopped doing most of the things that I normally do because of what the training that I'm having. So it's really draining. You get, because I have to be on time. I have to be on the what I have to be at I have to start the training on time. Okay, exactly 8 o'clock. I need to start, and everything is going on. So it's really draining. I've put most of my activities on hold because of this training. So if you are interested, you can just book an appointment and you join the 30 days training that it's on currently ongoing. Okay, the currently ongoing 30 days boot camp. If you are interested, kindly what message me on WhatsApp. So I'm dropping my WhatsApp link on the YouTube channel. For those who are interested, you can chat me up and you take it from there. So you can WhatsApp me, and I know a lot of people too are coming from +233. So you can send me a message on WhatsApp and we take it from there. All right. So today we are going to talk about one important topic that most people usually get confused on if they start out analyzing. So if you are here, you need to pay critical attention to. So my name is, as I said, my name is Pakwesi. I've been trading the forex markets more than 6 years. I was unprofitable for close to 4 to 4 years. Okay, 4 to 5 years. I was unprofitable. You get it? And since I became profitable, I've been seeing a lot of what improvements. I've been able to trade prop firms. I'm currently trading some people's accounts, and they are seeing growth in the accounts. So I strongly believe, or what, I have a lot of knowledge on what to do to be profitable and what to avoid in order to be profitable. So I think that gives me what the privilege to for me to be talking to you now. So if you are here, kindly listen to the things that I've been saying, because if you start applying it in your trading journey, you are going to see a lot of progress. Okay, so we are going to be talking about this topic that most people usually get confused on. So we are going to be talking about time frames, and I know a lot of people usually get confused on how time frames normally works. You get it? How time frames normally work. So mastering forest time frame for maximum profit. So if you are here, kindly click on the thumbs up button. If I have not clicked, kindly click on the thumbs up. Like the video. If you have not subscribed to, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Don't be kindly subscribe to the channel, share the channel to let's grow the channel. You guys I've been doing good. I've been trying very well for you, and a lot of people are seeing results in their journey now. So kindly share the link to your friends, your family members, your if you are in school, your classmates or your course mates, for them to be able to to get to know the channel. So you are going to be talking about what mastering forest time frame for maximum profit. So mostly, one thing most beginners face, most of the problems that most beginners have been facing is what the multiple time frames. They have been seeing a lot of time frames, and usually they normally get confused on what time frame to focus on exactly. So I've been getting a lot of messages. So boss, I'm seeing this time frame. I've been seeing the weekly time frame. I've been seeing the daily time frame. So which time frame exactly should I concentrate on? And one message too that I've been getting is what, which time frame should I take an entry on? Because of what they have, their knowledge level on what multiple time frame analysis is what minimal. So by the end of this training, I hope a lot of people are going to get understanding. A lot of people are going to get the knowledge on how multiple time frames usually works. So if you are here, kindly pay attention to the things that I'm going to say, and it's going to help you in your trading journey. So mastering forex time frame for maximum profit. Okay, so choosing the right time frame for your trades to make better decisions and find opportunity. You see, if you are wrong with the time frames, if you select the wrong time frame for your trading, it's going to cost you a lot. And as your consistency level is going to be very, very hard. It's going to be very hard for you to print money from. So sometimes I like watching YouTube videos and other stuff. I like watching other forex related videos and those stuff. And I've been seeing a lot of people losing in the market, especially if you are watching people trying to flip an account, people trying to trade maybe prop firm accounts and those things. So the reason why you have been losing a lot is because of most of the times is because of the time frames that you normally focus on. Time frames is a major factor in your profitability in the forex market. If you don't know the right time frame to select, it's going to cost you a lot. It's going to delay your progress in making money from the forex market. So you need to know the exact time frame that is favorable. So when I was losing a lot of money because of certain time frames that I was focusing on. So as I made a shift in my tr- as I made a shift in the time frames, I started seeing results, or I started seeing progress in my journey. Okay, so time frame is very, very important. If you select or if you focus on the wrong time frames, you are going to what your success or your progress to see consistent results in your journey, in your forex journey, is going to cost you a lot. It's going to delay it's going to take you a long time. You get it? It's going to take you a long time or a long period of time. So know the right time or know the right time frame to focus on. Okay, so choosing the right time frame for your trades to make a better decision. So if I've been saying, or as I started the presentation, I've been talking about time frame. So what exactly, or what's the meaning of time frame? Okay, so according to the slide that I'm giving out, or according to the slide that I'm sharing, time frame in forex trading, it represents the amount of time it takes to form complete price or what candlestick on a chart. So when you talk about time frame, watching the chart over here, time frame is what the time that's what or the period or the duration it takes a candlestick to what print, or a candlestick to open and close, or a candlestick to complete. So when you talk about completion, it's when a candlestick has opened and closed. Okay, so the closure of the candle means what? The time that a candle it takes a candle to what? To close and open. That's the meaning of what? Time frame. You get it? That is the meaning of time frame. So we're having a lot of time frames, and it's not only about candlestick. I've been saying it most often that, so those who are new will be new to this thing that I'm going to say. So with the candlestick is not the only thing that we normally use for our analysis. Candlestick is not the only thing you can use for your analysis. You have to note that. So we are having other types of charts. You get it? We are having other types of charts. We are having bar charts. We are having so this is candlestick charts. So we are having line charts. Okay, we have a lot of charts that mostly people normally concentrate on. So when you watch Bloomberg, if you watch their platform, you can see they are presenting a lot of charts. If you watch their screens, you can be seeing a lot of charts. They are all what type of charts that it is used for analysis. So candlestick chart is not the only way to analyze, or it's not the only chart to use for what? It's not the only chart to use to what? Speculate or predict where the next price is going to move to. Okay, with retail traders, most of the retail traders, what you know is candlestick chart. So for me personally, I use combination of what? The candlestick chart and the candlestick chart and the line chart. I use this. It plays what? A vital role in my analysis, especially if there's no line chart. Getting some of the levels for me is going to be very difficult. You get it? It's going to be very difficult. And for me to take an entry, if there was no candlestick chart tool, I'm going to find it very difficult for me to what predict or speculate where the next move is going to go or move to. So these two type of charts plays what a vital role in my analysis. It plays a major role in what my analysis. So you have to also you have to understand that candlestick is not the only way you can use to predict or speculate where the next price is going to move to, or where the next price is going to move to. That's what you have to understand. The reason why I'm saying price is what, because these candles that you are saying is an accumulation of the volume that is coming into the market. So these are all prices. Okay, so we have volume indicators. If you go deep into how volume works, you understand this is what they are. All prices, they are volume that comes into the market. They are prices. You get it? So prices is what has been used to create something like this, and now we are calling it candlestick. So you need to understand. So the way these ones are being formed, okay, the way this candlestick. Let me take this candlestick as an example, because candlestick is what we are used to because of our level in what trading. We are used to candlestick. One thing you need to understand is what this formation of candles is based on what the time frame is being given to us. You get it? So when you move to the other time frames, you are going to be seeing different things. Okay, you are going to be seeing different graphs, different candlesticks. Okay, but when it comes to the patterns that you are going to be seeing at the higher time frames are going to be the same thing at what the other time frame. So if you move to maybe monthly time frame, the candlestick the patterns. So when I talk about patterns are normally what the formation, how the candles are being formed on the chart. So the how should I even put it, the visual representation of how the candles are being represented. Okay, so this one's like this is just a formation. This is just a formation. So the way these ones are formed, when you move to the lower time frames, or sorry, if you move to other time frame, this is the 30-minute time frame. If you move to H4 time frame, you are going to be seeing something like this. So when it comes to time frames, the patterns are the same in all the time frames. That's what I want you to understand. The patterns are the same in all the time frames. But when it comes to the candles, the way the candles are being printed over here at the 30-minute time frame. When you move to the other time frames, for instance, the H4 time frame, the daily time frame is going to be the same thing. So mostly time frames, what you see over here is going to be the same thing over at the other time frames. But maybe you are not going to be seeing exactly the same formation, or the exactly the same formation of the candlestick. You get it? So this is the 30 minutes. So if you move to the H1, it's going to be different formation. But that doesn't mean as in bullish is different from when you move to other time frame. It's going to be maybe different thing. Bullish and bearish forms in all the time frames. The way the candles are being formed in all the time frames. So the meaning of time frame is what in forex trading. The meaning of time frame, or in trading the financial market, the meaning of time frame is what the times that a candlestick, normally, as I said, we are used to the candlestick, the times that a candlestick is being formed, or a time that a candlestick is completed. Okay, the times that it takes a candlestick to complete its formation. Let me put it this way: the time that it takes a candlestick to complete its formation. So it is the time that a trader chooses to analyze price movements on the chart. So if I'm analyzing, I can decide to be concentrating on the daily time frame. If I'm analyzing on the daily, so I'll be talking about the other time, the meaning of the daily and those stuffs too. So when you get there, so you just adapt to what I'm saying for the meantime. So when you talk about this one, for instance, this time frame, for instance, maybe I can decide to focus on the daily time frame. So if I'm focusing on the daily time frame, daily time frame, that means what I'm analyzing on the daily time frame. I can decide to analyze on the daily time frame. I can decide to analyze on the H4 time frame. So if I'm analyzing, especially if you are trying to send your analysis to someone, the person might tell you, what time frame are you focusing on? You get it? So what he's trying to tell you is what exact time frame did you focus to analyze? That's what mostly it means. So time frames are what? The times that it takes a candle to what? Form and complete on the chart. So in H1 time frame, each candlestick shows how price behave in a single hour. Okay, so what the slide is telling us is what? For every 1 hour, a candle is formed and a candle is closed. So what it's trying to tell us is what? When you select a particular time frame, so especially I've selected D simply means what? The daily time frame. So if I choose the daily time frame, for instance, what I'm trying to do is what the candle, the things that you are seeing over here, you see. So those who are new to how to analyze a chart, what you are seeing over here means what? The various candles. So we call this one candlestick. So if you are new here, I've done a video on how candlesticks are being formed, the candlestick formation. So you can go through the videos and you'll be able to see it. So this candlestick. So every single candlestick that you take, it takes, when you come to the daily time frame, it takes 1 day for it to form. Okay. So this one took 1 day. If you can see the time beneath the cross, you see the crosshair, you can see the date over there. So this is 17th candle. So what time frame simply means is what? If you select the daily time frame, what it simply means is what? For every day, a candle is formed and then a candle is closed. So when you take this one is 17th candle, 17th October 2024. So for 17th October 2024, it took a whole day for this one to form. So this one that you are seeing took what? Completed its formation on 17th October. Okay, so at the end of the 17th October, this is the candle that came up. So this is 16th October candle. So for the whole of 16th October, this is the candle that was formed. You get it? So what time frame simply means is what? The candlesticks that you are seeing for every day, for one particular, for a single candle, for every day, it takes what? For every day a candle is formed. That's when you take what? When you take the daily time frame from for every day a candle is formed. Okay, and this one too, for instance, on 14th October, it took, for 14th October, this is the candle that formed. Okay, and this is 11th October. So the whole of what? The day, this is the candle that we came up with. So this is what? 11th October candle. So on 11th October, this is the candle that we came out with. And this is what? 10th October. And for 10th October, this is the candle that we came out with. So these candlesticks that you are seeing, okay, this candlestick that you are seeing, its formation is based on what? The time that you are concentrating on. So as I said, that this is the daily time frame. So every day a candle is formed and a candle is closed. So when you move to the other time frame, so you are going to be seeing the time frames. When you are using TradingView for our analysis. So if you are new to Forex, you can what? Just type in www.tradingview.com. Okay, then you sign up to TradingView and you'll be able to see this chart. And I've done a video on how to be able to set up TradingView. So you can check my videos too. You are going to be seeing it over there. So this is the daily time frame. This is where you are going to be seeing the various time frames. So if you check it over here, this is the various time frames. Okay, this is the various time frames. So if you want to see multiple time frames, if you click on the arrow down, you are going to be seeing. So TradingView has made it very simple. So you are going to be going there. So we are having a lot of time frames. Okay, we're having a lot of time frames. So every time, I think there was a chart for that. So we have the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So you can select any of the time frames based on where you want to do your analysis. So if you want to do your analysis on the 45 minutes, you can select the 45 minutes and be doing your analysis on. If you want to base on the 1 hour to do your analysis, you are going to select on what? 1 hour to do your analysis. By your selection of time frame is going to base on your experience level. Okay, so for me, for instance, I can't tell you this is the best time frame to concentrate on. So the best time frame to concentrate on is based on what most of what your person your it's going to base on your personality and what your time your dedicated time, or the time that your free time. You get it. So you get there when you get to the when you get there, you are going to talk about why or how to select a time frame. So these are all the various time frames. So this time frame simply means that what for every minute. So this is the 1 minute time frame. So if you select 1 minute, it simply means that for every minute, these candles that you are seeing. So this simply means what a bullish candle. This simply means a bearish candle. Okay, this means what the market is moving up. This simply means the market is moving down. When you see a green, it means the market is moving down. But the way it has been, the way the colors has been presented is based on what? It's based on my own preference level. Okay, it's based on my own preference level. So you can also decide to choose different colors to represent your candlestick based on what your preference level. So I prefer using the green as what a bullish when the market is moving up. I prefer using the red when the market is going down. So you can also use yellow to represent when the market is moving up. You can also use black to represent when the market, but it's all based on what your preference level. So as I said, so if I move to the H4 time frame, the candles that you are seeing over there, the time frame simply means that what for every 4 hour a candle is completed. Okay, for every 4 hour a candle is completed. So if a candle is forming, if a candle is moving, okay, normally you are going to be seeing something like this. You're going to see it. So maybe this is a wick, and this is moving up and down. What it simply means that what it's going to, if the candle is moving up and down, sometimes it can move up, sometimes it can come down. What it simply means that what it's going to take 4 hours. Okay, it's going to take 4 good hours for this candle to move up and down. Okay, for this candle to be completed. So you have to take note of that. It's going to take 4 good hours for this candle to complete it. So this is the 4 hours chart. This is the 4 hours. So what it simply means is that it's going to take 4 hours for the candle to what open and close, for the candle to complete. So every single candle that you are seeing that has closed or that has completed forming took 4 good hours. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It took 4 good hours for it to what to complete its formation. You get it? It took 4 good hours for it to complete its formation. So that's what you have to note. So when you move to the H4, H1 time frame, what it simply means is what it's going to take 1 good hours. Okay, it's going to take 1 good hours for the candle to complete its formation. So this one, for instance, this is what around it started forming around 5 o'clock. So it's going to complete its formation at 6 o'clock. You get it? It's going to complete its formation at 6 o'clock. So when you move to the H4 time frame, for instance, this was what 1 o'clock candle. Okay, so this candle completed its formation at 1 o'clock, and this candle completed its formation. Sorry, this candle started forming at what 1 o'clock, and it's going to complete its formation because it's 4 hours. What it's going to complete its formation at what 5 o'clock. So you see the next candle starts forming at what 5 o'clock GMT. Okay, based on your time, your local time. So this one at my local time, it started forming at what 1 p.m. GMT. Okay, it started its formation at 1 p.m. GMT, and it's going to close because it's 4 hours. It's going to close at what 5 o'clock GMT. Okay, it's going to complete its formation at 5 o'clock GMT. So you need to take note of that. So it's going to base on what the time frame you are going to be focusing on. So if you move to the H1, for instance, if you move to H1, for example, this candle, it took what? It started forming at 2 o'clock. You get it? It started forming at 2 o'clock. So it's going to end, since it's H1, it's going to end at what? 3 o'clock. So at the 3 o'clock, this is where the new candle started forming. Okay, so the time frame you are going to select, it simply means that what it simply means the time a candle is what completed, the time a candle is formed and closed. Okay, so you have to take note of that. That's the meaning of time frame. I hope it's understood. Is anyone confused over here? If you guys are getting me, let me know. Just indicate it in the chat box. If you are getting it, type 1 in the chat box. Let me know whether I'm making sense. Is anyone confused? If you are confused, let me know. If you are getting it, type 1 in the chat box. Kindly type 1 in the chat box for me to know I'm making sense. If you are getting it, I said type in 1 in the chat box. Type 1 in the chat box. Type 1 in the chat box if you are getting whatever I'm saying. If what I'm saying is making sense to you, or if I'm not getting it to, let me know. If you are getting it, type in 1 in the chat box. Okay, so Richie Agbozo said he's getting it. Am I making sense? Okay, so Jack Achu also said he's getting it. So I want to see more than only 2 people. You guys are more than 2. Let me know if I'm making sense. Let me know. You people are more than 2. You people are more than 2. Let me know if you are getting it. Let me know if people are getting it. Okay. So he the FX also said he's getting it. All right. So Janet Indias also said he's getting it. All right, so let me proceed on. So as I indicated, let me do a recap of what I said. What I'm saying is what when it comes to time frame simply means what a time, the period a candle is formed and what a candle is closed. And as I indicated, I said most of the retail traders, we are retail traders. Okay, most of the traders that most of the since we are normally form it's a contract that you normally form with the brokers, so we are retail traders. So as I'm saying, most of the retail traders are used to candlestick. Okay, but candlestick is not the only way to analyze or speculate on the exchange rate. That's how you have to understand. So this exchange rate that you are seeing, the ups and down of this currency pair. So this currency pair simply means the exchange rate. Comparing, you are trying to compare the price value of 2 currencies. Okay, so comparing the price value of what GBP JPY. So if you're having 1 GBP, you are going to get yourself, currently it is what 195.15, you are going to get yourself 1. So this exchange rate or this currency pair that you are seeing, what is simply the candlestick that you are seeing on the chart is not the only way to be able to speculate, or it's not the only way to be able to what to predict where this exchange rate is going to go. Okay, candlestick is not the only way to determine or speculate where the price is going to go. So we are used to the technical aspects of what trading the forex market. So we are normally used to the candlestick. Okay, but candlestick is not the only way. So we are having types of charts. So you can use line charts, you can use bar charts, you can use line what do you call it, candlestick charts. So we're having a lot of charts. So if you move to the arrow down over here, you're having a lot of charts. Okay, all these ones are used to what speculate, or these ones are all used to what predict where the next move or where price is going to move next. So it can use to what to determine where the exchange rate is going to move to. Okay, so candlestick is not the only way to use to analyze, but we are used to candlestick. So let me concentrate on candlestick. So what it simply means is what time frame simply means what the times that what a candle is formed and a candle what a candle, mostly time frame simply means a time that's what it takes a candle to complete. You get it, the time that it takes a candle to complete its formation. So we are having a lot, or we're having a different types of time frames. So we're having monthly time frame, we're having weekly time frame, we're having daily time frame, we're having daily time frame, we're having the H4 time frame, the H1 time frame. What it simply means is what when you take the monthly time frame, what it simply means what it's going to take 1 month for a candle to complete its formation. Okay, So every month a candle is going to what complete and a new candle is going to start. That's the meaning of what the monthly time frame. So when you move to the weekly time frame, what it simply means is what for every week is going to take a candle to complete its formation, a new candle is going to form. And when you take the daily time frame, for every day a candle is what going to what complete its formation, and a new candle is going to start its what its formation. When you take the H4 candle, for every 4 hour, a candle is going to take 4 hours for a candle to what complete its formation, and a new candle is going to form. So that's the meaning of what the various time frames. So if you are confused on the meaning of time frame, that's the simple understanding or the simple meaning of what I'm talking about. So if you see time frame, if someone tells you I'm concentrating on H4 time frame, what it simply means that what for every 4 hours it takes a candle to complete its formation. Okay, so that's the meaning. So in the forex industry we having some common, so you see as I scroll to when as I did click on the drop down arrow here, we saw different types of time frames. So as a beginner, or if you are starting out, you are going to get confused on which time frame exactly to focus or to what to concentrate on. Selection of what time frames is going to be very difficult for you if you are starting out. So that's why I've made it very simple for you to know which one to focus on if you are starting out. So we have industry or common time frames. Okay, we are having industry time frames or standard time frames to focus on. So the industry time frame is what the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily time frame. These are the industry time frame. So if you are doing your settings, if you are setting up your various platforms, these are the various time frames that you need to what focus on. Okay, these are the various time frames you need to focus on. So if you are doing your settings, if you click on the arrow down over here, if you move to what the monthly time frame, you just select M. Okay, you just select M. So the M simply means what? If you see M over here at the top over here, what is simply M simply means what? The monthly time frame. When you see W, it simply means what? The weekly time frame, or the monthly time frame is being represented as M. The weekly time frame is being represented as W. Okay, so when you come over here, you are going to be seeing them. So 1 day simply means what? The daily time frame. 1 week simply means what? The weekly time frame. But if you come over here, it's going to be represented as MWDH4H 1H 30M 15M. What it simply means is what? The monthly time frame is being represented as M, the weekly time frame is being represented as W, the daily time frame is being represented as what? The D, the 4 hour equal to what? The H4. So when you move to your trading platforms, so it can either be what? The trading view, or what? The meter trader 5. You are going to be seeing it, or this is what the symbols that they normally use to represent the various what time frames. So this is the abbreviation, or this is the what? This is the letters that they normally use to represent them. So when you move to the monthly time frame, it's simply M. So when you see M, it simply means what? The monthly time frame. What is telling you is that for every month a candle is formed and a candle is closed. And when you move to the weekly time frame, what it simply means that for every week a candle is formed and a candle is what's closed. So the D simply means what? The daily time frame. The H4 simply means what? The 4 hour time frame. The H1 hour simply means what? The H1. The 30 minutes simply means what? The M30. The 15 minutes simply means what? The M15. The 5 minutes simply means what? The M5. So you have to take note of that. So if you see them on your charts, or if you come to the stream, normally I've been doing streams on this platform. So if you see me doing analysis using the various time frame, that's the meaning of that. Okay, that's the simple definition of the various time frames that you are seeing. So the monthly time frame is what? M. If you see W, it simply means what? The weekly time frame. If you see D, simply means what? The daily time frame. If you see the 4H, simply means what? The 4 hours. If you see the 1H, simply means what? the 1 hour. If you see 30M, simply means 30 minutes. Okay, so as I'm saying, we are having a lot of time frames. We are having a lot of time frames. A lot. You're having 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So a beginner will ask, so which time frame should I concentrate on? So as I indicated, or as I stated previously, I said we are having standard time frame. So don't ask me why I'm using this standard, why I'm saying these are the time frames. I came and met it. So I can't explain why we are focusing on the daily time frame. We are focusing on these time frames. But if you are in the industry, this is what majority of traders, both even successful traders, these are the time frames that most of them are focusing on. So if you are starting out, if you are doing your various settings on your analysis platforms, these are the time frames you need to focus on. So you have the monthly, the weekly, the daily time frame, the 4 hour time frame, the H1 time frame. So make sure you've what, just putting them on favorite. Okay, you put them on favorite, and what, just ignore the other ones. Okay, just ignore the other ones, unless maybe you are an advanced trader, you know whatever you are doing, and what, you've tested the other time frames and you notice it is helping you in what you're trading before you start adding it up. But for the meantime, these are the time frames you need to focus on. So if you are doing your settings, if you are doing your setups, kindly what, just put them on your favorites. You get it? Kindly put them on your favorites. So note that, kindly put them on your favorites. Okay, so you need to take note of them. All right, so as I've said, these are the common, these are the industry, these are the standard time frames, these are the common time frames that most traders are using. Okay, most successful traders, these are the time frames that we are focusing on. So you need to also do suit. All right, so the various time frames. So someone will ask, which time frame should I focus on? So we're having types of traders and the time frame that is applicable to you. So you need to know, first of all, you need to know that the type of trader you are. Okay, so we're having traders called scalpers. So normally scalpers focus on what? Just they focus on what, the short-term price movement. Okay, so they focus on the short-term price movement. So when you are factoring, or when we are talking in terms of pips, they normally focus on maybe 2 pips. They normally focus on 5 pips, 10 pips, then they are out. Those people who focus on the tiny price movements. Okay, they focus on the tiny price movements. It doesn't take them a long time. They are in and out from the market. Okay, so they don't normally stay in the markets more than 5 minutes. Okay, they are out. The tiny movements of price. So maybe if price is currently over here, if price is currently over here, so they just want price to make some tick. If price tick for just small, okay, then they are out of the markets. Those people are called what? Scalpers. They focus on what? The tiny price movement. They focus on the short-term price movement. Okay, so normally they focus on what? They target small pips. So the small pips can be like 10 pips, 11 pips, 5 pips, 6 pips. They are out of the market. So those people, we call them in the forex industry, we call them what? Scalpers. Okay, they focus on the tiny price movement. They don't normally stay in the trade overnight. Okay, or they don't stay in the trade for the whole day. They are they are in the market for a short price movement. If I normally say, maybe considering the time that they are going to stay in the market, it doesn't make sense, because normally even a day trade, sometimes some of the day trade focusing on a hype based on the price movements or based on the volume in the market, price can move, like price can give you a huge pips within a short period of time. So based on what? The volume time. So even a day trader can be catching a huge pips within what, a shorter period of time. So what I would say is, what, scalpers normally focus on a tiny price movement, or they focus on what, small pips. That makes sense, other than saying maybe they focus on what, shorter terms price, focusing on what, a short term price movement. It doesn't make sense, because normally day trading self, it can be taking you for, sometimes a huge price movement can take you like a minute or 2 minutes. Okay, based on the volume in the market. So scalpers normally focus on what? Tiny price movements. Okay, so with the time frame that normally they focus on is what? the H1 time frame, M5, M15, the M30 time frame. These are the time frame that normally scalpers focus on. And one thing that you have to know is what, when you are doing your analysis, even if you are a scalper, normally we have directional time frames and we have what, entry time frame. So the same thing that I normally do, I have my directional time frame. So before I will even execute a trade, before I will even place a buy or sell, I need to know the bigger picture. Okay, I need to know the bigger picture. So the bigger picture, normally I focus on the higher time frame. Okay, so the same thing to scalpers. Scalpers normally don't focus on only one time frame. They normally what, see the they normally see, they normally check the overall direction of the market before they will move to smaller time frame. So if they are scalping, they know exactly the higher time frame direction of the market. Then they follow suit at the lower time frame, maybe the M5 time frame and what, the H1, the M1 time, the 1 minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame. You get it? That's where they are going to concentrate on. But that doesn't mean they don't look at the overall direction of the market. Normally, you need to focus on the overall direction of the market. So normally, their directional time frame, they focus on the H1 time frame. Okay. They normally focus on the H1 trend. Okay. They focus on the H1 trend. So time frame normally what, help us to what, identify the trend of the market. It helps us to identify the trend of the market. So it's the same thing in taking an entry. So if you move to what, the lower time frames is going to help you to what, to take your entry based on what the directional time frame is giving to you. Okay, so if the directional time frame is giving to you, if the directional time frame is telling you the market is an uptrend, the market is in a bullish trend, if you move to the lower time frame, you need to make sure you are going to focus on what, the lower time frame. So if you are a trader, you don't need the, like, you need to focus on multiple time frame. You get it? You need to focus on multiple time frame. So you need to do your analysis on the higher time frame. So your higher time frame, my higher time frame can vary from your higher time frame. You get it? So for me, for instance, a daily time frame might not be someone's higher time frame based on what the type of trader the person is. So we're having position traders. So position traders, normally they are the investors. Maybe they hold trade for a month and those things. So they also consider daily time frame as what, a shorter time frame from them. You get it? So based on the type of trader you are, so H1 time frame, for instance, is going to be a higher time frame for someone who is a scalper, because he normally focus on the H1 directional bias and what, make a decision at the lower time frame, maybe the M5, the M15 time frame. You get it? Based on what, the type of trader you are. So as I said, scalpers normally focus on the tiny price movement. Okay, the so this is the exchange rate. Okay, so normally they focus on, maybe if the current price is this, if price move, if the exchange rate move, maybe if the current price is 1, if it moves 2, they take profit. These are what scalpers normally do. You get it? These are what scalpers normally do. So these are the various time frames that they normally focus on. So you need to know. So I'll talk about why you should focus on scalping, why you should focus on day trading, and why you should focus on position trading. And you have this type of traders today. What, they are day traders. So day traders normally they aim for what, daily price fluctuations. You get it? So they aim for daily price fluctuation. So they don't also keep trade, they don't hold trade overnight. They take profits within the day. But normally the time frames that they are going to focus on is the daily H4 and H1. Okay. Normally, sorry, I made a mistake over here. So they normally focus on, so this one is supposed to be H1. So they normally focus on the daily H4 and H1 time frame. You get it? So someone will ask, what differentiates, what differences scalpers are having over what, day traders? So when it comes to day trading, day traders normally the time frames differentiate them. Okay, because they all hold trade, they all close their trade within the day. But one thing about scalpers is what, they don't hold it for a very long time. You get it? They don't hold it for a very long time, and they normally focus on what, tiny price movements. And when it comes to the day traders, normally the day traders, they focus on the daily time frame, the H4 time frame, and they take entries on H1. So sometimes a day trader can be taking entry on M15 and M30. By when it comes to the directional bias, when it comes to the direction of the market, they normally focus on the daily and the H4 time frames. Okay, they normally, so the type of trader I am is I'm a day trader. Okay, because normally I focus on the daily and the H4 directional bias. I allow those time frames to give me the direction of the market, and I make my decision. I execute on lower time frame. But when it comes to execution, when it comes to trade execution, it varies based on the market condition. It varies based on what the market is presenting to me. So sometimes I can be taking entries on H4 time frame. Sometimes I can be taking trades on daily time frame based on the condition of the market. You get it? So everything varies based on the condition of the market. So I can't tell you day traders normally take trades, they execute on the M15. But when it comes to the directional bias, that's when mostly the day traders normally focus on the daily and H4, and the scalpers normally focus on the H1 and M30 as their directional bias. Okay, so scalpers normally don't focus on the directional bias at all, the daily and H4. Normally they focus on the H1, and they execute on the sometimes the 1 minute, sometimes they execute on the 5 minutes. Okay, so when you move further, I'll be telling you I'll be giving you explanation on why you should focus on these time frames, and why you should focus on being a scalper, or why you should focus on this time frame. Because when it comes to the other time, when it comes to scalping and those stuffs, there are a lot of noise as compared to day trading. Focusing on the daily time frame, okay, or the H4 time frame. So we have this type of traders too. We have swing traders. So swing traders normally focus on the higher time frame. So like the monthly and the weekly time frames as their directional bias, and the daily time frame. So they normally use the daily and the weekly as their directional bias. Okay, and they execute maybe. So it also depends on the how the market is presenting itself. Okay, but normally they also execute on the H4 and the lower time frame. They normally use the lower time frames for execution. But when it comes to the directional bias, where the market is heading to, or when it comes to the trend, they normally focus on the daily and H4. They normally focus on they look at the monthly, the weekly, and the daily trend. You get it? They normally look at the monthly and the weekly trend. They don't use the H1 trend, or they don't use the H4. They normally use the daily and the weekly direction of the market. So the differences is it's about the direction of the market. So scalpers focus on the directional bias on the H1. Day traders normally focus on the daily and the H4 for their directional bias, and swing traders normally focus on the monthly and the weekly for their directional bias, and the daily time frame for their directional bias. So the differences is the directional bias. So the directional bias simply means the trend of the market, the overall trend of the market. Okay, so where do you see the market moving to? You get it? Where is the river flowing to? So you follow where the river is flowing to. If you are swimming, you can't be at the opposite side of where the river is, where the sea or the river is flowing to. You need to make sure you are swimming in the direction of where the sea or the river is flowing to, where the wave is heading to. That's how you can be able to swim. You don't swim at the opposite side of where the sea or the river is heading to. So is the same thing in the market. So a lot of people are losing money because they don't understand this principle. So you need to understand before you come to the market. You need to understand, where is the market heading to? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. Where is the market heading to? Understand where the market is heading to. That's how you are going to make the right decision in the market. If you don't know where the market is heading to, you are going to be at the wrong side of the market. So you need to understand where the market is heading to. So swing traders normally use the monthly, weekly, daily to determine where the market is heading to. And day traders normally use the daily and H4 to determine where the market is heading to. And the scalpers also use the H1 and M34 to determine where the market is heading to. So you need to know the difference. So factors that determine the choosing of time frame. So why should I even choose the daily time frame? Why should I even choose the H1 time frame? Why should I be a scalper? Why should I be a day trader? Why should I be a what, a swing trader or a position trader? So what is going to determine which time frame to for you to be able to select is based on your personality. So you see, we are having some people that naturally they are very aggressive. Okay, they don't have patience. They want things to happen very quick. They want things. So some people can't stick. The reason why some people can't stick to things for long, because if things are delaying, their nature or their personality can't withstand that. So they normally just give up on it. Okay. They want things the moment they, maybe even if it's a business, the moment they start, they want things to be working out in their favor. You get it? So we have such people over there. So I normally classify them as aggressive. They are very aggressive. They are not conservative. They make decisions very quick. They want things to happen in their life very quick. So if you are such person, you need to be a scalper, because in scalping you are going to get your results very fast. Either so the results that I'm talking about, your outcome, either you are going to what? Either you are going to be to be winning or losing. You are going to be seeing your results very fast. So you can focus on what? Scalping. You get it? You can focus on scalping. So if you are inheriting or you are having such personality, you need to focus on scalping. So if you are quick, if you make decision very quick in the market, or sorry, if you are very aggressive in nature, you are very like, you like making decisions, you want things to happen very fast in your life, those personality traits, you need to make sure you are focusing on what? Being a scalper, focusing on the lower time frames, the M5, the M1. You want to see your results very fast, so you can focus on what? The scalping. And when you talk about, if you are a patient trader like me, I'm very, very conservative. Okay, because as I've been saying more often, losses, I don't like losing. I don't like losing a lot. So I'm very conservative. When it comes to making decision in the market, I'm very conservative. I need to make sure things are what? Things are clear. I'm seeing the clarity because of how my nature is. Okay, because of how I am. So I'm very patient. So normally when it comes to the time frame I'm selecting, I normally focus on the higher time frame. So especially so let me classify. I classify myself as what? A day trader. So I focus on the daily time frame and the H4 time frame. You get it? With that one, it's going to take H4. It's going to take a good 4 hours for me to make decision. So that's how my nature is. That's why focus on those time frames. So you need to understand your personality. Are you very aggressive? Do you make decision very quick? You get it? You don't wait, like you want things to happen very fast. So you need to understand your nature. Okay. So I'm not going to say being a quick decision maker or being a scalper is not profitable or favorable. It's profitable, it's favorable. Okay, people are making a lot of money focusing on only the M5, focusing on only the M1. But you need to understand what you are doing is working for you. That's the most important thing. So that's what normally I say in trading. You need to always make sure what you are focusing on is working for you. If it is working for you, then you can stick to that. You get it? You can stick to that. So you need to know your personality and you know the time frame that you are going to go for. So I've done, so for my experience in forex trading, I've done all of them. I've done scalping, I've done day trading, I've tried swing trading. I tried scalping for some time, and it was very hectic. It takes a long time. Sorry, like emotions were setting in. When it comes to scalping, you are going to be glued to your laptop. Every tick of the market, every tick of price, you are going to try to make decision. You get it? And it was affecting my psychology. Okay, watching the market, every single tick, there was and one thing too is what? We have a lot of noise in what? The lower time frame. So especially the lower time frame, like the M1, the M5, we have a lot. It's a lot of noise over there. Okay, but we have some people that they are focusing on it and they are making money from the market. Okay, I know some scalpers who are making good money. But for me, I tried it and it was a lot of burden on me. Trading, I wasn't enjoying trading. Okay, I wasn't enjoying trading because I was glued to my charts, I was watching the markets every single tick, and I didn't like it. So I stopped and focused on what higher time frame. And one thing too that made me stop was I was losing a lot of money, because when you focus on the lower time frames, you are going to be price, you're having a lot of fake out, like price is going to, the trends, the trends are not all that solid. Okay, the trends are not all that solid, because it doesn't take a long time for price to form, so it's easily for the trend to be invalidated. Okay, it's easily for the trend to be invalidated. So that's why I decided to focus on the higher time frame. You get it? I decided to focus on the higher time frame because I get a clarity, and it takes a long time. Imagine taking 4 hours for a candle to form. So those trends are very solid. Okay, very solid. But if you focus on the lower time frame, we're having a lot of fake trends. Okay, so the market can pretend like, oh, we all understand how the market trends. So in the waves, the market can pretend like, oh, it is moving like this. Okay, so you get to notice the market is an uptrend, so you need to start buying, and within a short period you can see the market invalidating. So maybe your stop loss is over here trying to target a buy, the market will start invalidating what your position. So when it comes to the lower time frame, price can invalidate the trend, like easily. You get it? The trends are easily to be invalidated, so you need to take note of that. The trends are the lower time frame, and you have a lot of noise. So if you move, let's try and move to the H5, the 5 minute time frame, and see. So I hope you guys can see. So every 5 minutes a candle is formed. So the trends are not all that solid. Okay, the trends over there are not that solid. But one thing too I notice is what, if you focus on the lower time frame, you normally get a good entry. So that's why people are, it's entice people towards focus on the lower time frame. And from my experience, I can boldly say, if you focus on the lower time frame, you are going to lose a lot. A lot of people are not profitable. Only few people are profitable focusing on the lower time frame. A lot of people are not profitable. A lot of people are losing a lot in the market. A lot of people are not seeing consistency because they are focusing on the lower time frame. I can boldly say a lot of people focusing on the M5 and the H1 are losing a lot of money, but they are not going to let you know. You get it? So if you are trying to trade properly, if you are trying to be consistent in the market, for you not to give up early, focus on the high time frame. That's my best view that I'm going to give it to you. Okay, especially, and one thing about the high time frame too is what, you having certain pairs, you having some currency. If you are trading commodity, for instance, like gold, focusing on the high time frame to make decision is going to be very hard, because the pip range, some pairs for instance, the pip range is very big if you focus on the higher time frame. So it's going to push you to move to the lower time frame. That's when your pip, you are going to get lesser pay for you to be able to set your stop loss. But if you focus on the high time frame, you are going to you are going to be getting big pips as your stop loss. So that's why normally I focus on currencies. That's why normally I focus on currency. So if you are trading commodity, or if you are trading cryptocurrencies, normally you need to get bigger accounts. If you are having trading the higher time frame, you need to have a bigger account, because if you're having small account like $20, $30, $50, you can't be using bigger stop loss. You can't be trading with smaller accounts, using bigger loss size, using big pip range. It's going to blow your account. If you take like two, if two trades goes against you, you are going to be blowing your account. So you need to take note of that. And the time availability. Okay, so people too are going to be selecting time frame based on the people too are going to choose or select a time frame based on the time availability that they are having at their side. So if you are working, for instance, you can't be glued to your chart. You get it? So it's going to, for your current condition, is going to force you to what, to select a time frame. It's going to force you to select a higher time frame. Okay, as compared to someone who is having the whole day. Okay, someone who is having the whole day in his favor. The person is what he does is trading. When he wake up to the evening, the only thing he does is what, trading. That person can focus on what, can be scalping, be focusing on the lower time frame. But if you're having a day job, then scalping is not for you. Even though you are interested in scalping, but you can't be scalping, okay? Because you need, with scalping, you need a lot of time in your favor for you to be able to do it successfully. You can't be doing a day job and what at the same time be doing scalping. It's not going to be favoring you, or you are not going to be profitable doing that. So you need to understand your time availability, okay? You need to understand your time. So aside all this personality traits and this character traits, you still have to what, have time available. You need to make sure you're having time at your side before you be able to scalp. Okay, so if you're a day job, then you need to be focusing on what, you need to be focusing on the higher time frame, okay, especially the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, because with that one, making decisions sometimes is going to take you a day. So you have a long time. If you're having free time, you can be checking the charts by then. You get it? You can be checking the chart by then. So if you are scalping, if you are doing a day job, scalping is not for you. The only thing that is for you, you can be concentrating on is what, the higher time frame. You can be either be a swing trader, or you can either be what, a day trader. You get it? You can either be a day trader. So you are going to be selecting the various time frames based on what, you are going to be determined or choosing a time frame based on your personality and the time availability. So you have to take notes. So sit down and analyze your life. Are you do you make decision very quick, or are you an aggressive person? So if you're an aggressive person, if you want your results, or if you want your outcome to be very fast, if you want things to happen very fast, then you need to focus on what, scalping. If you are a patient trader, then you need to focus on what, if you are a conservative person, if you are very conservative, very reserved, okay, it takes a long time for you to what, come into conclusion on something, then you need to be what, you need to be what, a day trader, or maybe a swing trader. And time availability, if you're having a lot of time at your side, if you don't, if trading is what you do, lots of time, you like no one, you don't have anyone to report to, you have time at your side, you report, everything is on your favor, then you can focus on scalping, okay, the shorter time frame. But if you are a day jobber, like you having a day job, you don't have a lot of time at your side, then you need to focus on what, the longer time frame. Maybe you can be a swing trader, or you can be what, a day trader. So time frames and the market psychology. So all the time frames, we have some psychology, we have you have some emotions attached to those time frames. So if you focus on the lower time frame, you have some emotions attached to them. So especially the shorter time frame, for instance, a lot of noise over there. Okay, a lot of noise, as I indicated initially. You're having a lot of noise, you're having a lot of fake out. So as I said, the trend might look like it is moving in your favor, moving up, okay, moving up, and since the trend is up, you are going to buy that. You for all of a sudden you see the market invalidating what, the structure, and you are going to get stop loss. So mostly if you focus on the lower time frame, one thing you have to note is that you are going to lose a lot, but when you get a good position, so you are going to catch a bigger pip. You get it? So you need to understand the time frame that you are focusing on. You need to understand the time frame you're focusing on. When you're focusing on a lower time frame, you need to understand that you are going to lose a lot. That's a fact. It's a fact, okay, because I've tested it before. If you focus on the M1, M5, if you are going to lose a lot. So if you take like 10 trades, you can lose like 7, 6 of them. You get it? But if you focus on the high time frame, if you take like 10 trades, you can be losing only like 3, 4. Okay, you can be losing like only 2, 3. Your win rate is going to be high if you focus on the higher time frame. That's the fact, because I've tested both of them and I know the reality among all those time frames. So if you focus on the lower time frames, you are going to be losing a lot. So if you are focusing on the lower time frame, you can attest to that. So if you are here and if you are focusing on the lower time frames and you are losing a lot, you can let us know in the comment section. And if you have been focusing on the high time frame, as it maybe previously you were focusing on the lower time frame, and as you started focusing on the high time frame, you are seeing progress, you can notify us in the chat box and you will know if I'm telling lies or what I'm saying is true. So you need to understand the psychology backing all of them. So when you focus on the lower time frame, the reality is what, you are going to be losing a lot at times. That's the fact. You are going to be losing a lot. and it leads to over trading and emotion. There are lots of emotional reactions attached to focusing on the lower time frames. You get it? You are going to be trading a lot. You get it? And one thing about what when it comes to making when it comes to decision making, you can't there's a research that says that human beings can't make logical decisions twice in a day. You get it? You can't make logical decisions twice in a day. If you make the first one, second one, the rest are all going to be bullshit. The rest are all going to be bullshit. So human beings normally we don't make logical decision twice in a day. The highest is what? The second. The rest are all going to be what? Nonsense. So you need to understand the emotion, you need to understand human psychology. Taking trades, if you take one trade today, maybe you take one trade, two trade, you lose in a row. The third trade, you are going to be very emotional. That's a fact. You are going to be very emotional. So the emotions that is going to set in is what? You are either going to be afraid to execute because you are afraid you are going to lose the second time, or greed is going to set in. You want to make your money back. You get it? So that's the psychology behind trading. You get it? So if you over trade, emotions are going to set in. You are either going to be afraid to execute, you are either going to overreact, you are not going to be making logical decisions. You feel like instead of you to wait for a candle to close, you are either going to what? Be impulsive. You are going to just enter while the markets have not closed because you think. So you need to make sure you are making the logical decision and focusing on the lower time frame as it normally leads to what? Over trading. People normally don't make logical decisions. Okay. People normally don't make logical decisions. That's why we're having a lot of unprofitable traders focusing on what? The lower time frame. But I'm not saying they are all those who focus on lower time frames. We haven't, as I said, we have people who are making money focusing on the lower time frame. But a lot of people, if I say a lot, that means you have people who are making money over there. But we're having a lot of people who are losing. Okay. A lot of losers as what? A lot of losers at lower time frame, focusing on the lower time frame. And one thing about the longer, if you're focusing on the higher time frame or the longer time frame, it requires a lot of patience and discipline. So a lot of people, so I always say, I can show you all my strategy. I can show you the things I look for. I can show you everything, but you are still going to be unprofitable because you are not going to get that kind of patience that I have, that kind of discipline that I have. Because for me, for instance, I can go the whole week without taking a trade. I'm okay with it. You get it? I'm very patient. If my setup hasn't aligned, I'm okay with it. That's the reality when you focus on what? The higher time frame. But a lot of people can't withstand that pressure. They feel like they are not doing much and they feel like they need to execute. That's what makes them a trader. As a trader, I need to execute every day. As a trader, I need to execute. I need to execute. That's not how trading works. Okay. So sometimes I can go a whole week and I am not going to take a trade. And for me, for instance, my highest trade within a week is twice. If I take two trades, and most of the time, if I take one trade, I'm very reserved. I'm very conservative within the week, especially if I get a trade early. I'm very reserved. And that doesn't mean if I lose a trade. And one thing about higher time frame, if you lose a trade, you need to be very patient for another one. That's the reality about it. You need to wait. So sometimes you can wait for days and you have still not recovered. But you need to ask yourself, will you be able to withstand that? You're having a losing trade maybe on Monday, and you have gone the whole of the week, like 5 days, and still you've not gotten a trade. Will you be able to withstand that? You get it? So that's the reality about what? Focusing on the high time frame. So sometimes I can lose a trade last week and I can go the whole week and I still can't recover my losses because my setup hasn't appeared or my setup hasn't what? Aligned. But I'm still going to be patient and wait. So that's the reality about how the game works. So you need to understand the time frame that you are going to focus on. So when you focus on the lower time frames, there are a lot of emotions. You are going to what? Your psychology is going to be affected. You're going to be very emotional over trading, and you are going to be very depressed when you focus on, because taking too many trades within a day can affect you mentally. So you need to understand. And when you focus on the high time frames too, you need to be very disciplined and patient. And you feel like sometimes focusing on the high time frame, you feel like you are not doing much. You feel like you are not doing a lot, but that's the reality. You need to understand what the psychology behind all these time frames. So in conclusion, the right time frame depends on your trading goals, your personality, and your availability, your time availability. Okay, so what's your trading goals? Okay, maybe you want to make some short-term trades to pay your utility bills. So I want to focus on the lower time frames. Or maybe I just want to be an investor. So I'm going to be a position trader, focusing on. So you need to understand your trading goals and your personality. You need to understand yourself. So as a human being, you need to mostly sit down and reassess yourself. If you don't know yourself, then you are just a living goat. Okay, you are just a living goat. You need to make sure you are just a dead goat. Okay, so you need to make sure you need to understand yourself. So for me, I know myself. Okay, if I'm indisciplined, I know I'm trying to work on it. So you need to understand yourself. You need to understand yourself as are you an aggressive person, or you are very conservative? Some people are really a risk averse. Okay, they are very very conservative, and some people too, they are very very aggressive. Okay, they are very very aggressive. So you need to understand yourself, and you need to know the time availability. Do you have a lot of time in your favor? You need to understand that. So in conclusion, the time frame usually based on what? All these three factors: your goals, your personality, and your time availability. Okay, your time availability. So you've said a lot. So making, yeah, let's do a recap of what you've learned today. So as I said, we started with mastering forex time frame, how to maximize profits using the various time frames. So how to choose the right time frame for your trades to make better decision. So I explained the meaning of time frames. As I said, time frames are the times that's what a candle is what a candle used to complete its formation. So if you take the daily time frame, for every day a candle is formed and a candle is closed. So the times that's what a candle is used for its completion, or the time that a candle used for its formation. So the opening and the close. Okay, so normally the time frames normally includes the opening, the close, and the highs and the lows of what the day. You get? So you need to understand that. So normally the time frame is going to be based on the times that you normally use to analyze price movement. So time frames normally give us the trend, the direction of the market. Okay, so 1 hour simply means that every 1 hour a candle is formed. Daily time frame simply means every day a candle is formed, or a candle is formed and a candle is what open. So you need to understand that. So the forex industry, we have the common time frames that most traders focus on, most successful traders focus on. So you need to follow what successful traders are doing. You get it? So we have the monthly time frame, we have the weekly time frame. As I indicated, the symbols or the symbols simply represent, if monthly is represented as M, weekly is represented as W, daily D, 4 hours simply H4, 1 hour simply H1, 30 minutes simply M30, 15 minutes M15, F5, 5 minutes simply means what? M5. So you need to understand them. So if you see them on your chart, that's the meaning of what? The various symbols. Okay, so I explained the type of traders and the time frames they normally focus on. So as I said scalpers normally focus on what? The tiny price movements. Okay, so they normally target what? The tiny price movements, or what? The small targeting small pips. Okay, so they normally use H1 as their directional bias, where the trend is moving to, where the wave is moving to. Okay, and they execute on the M5 and the M1 time frames, or the M15 time frame. And we have, as I said, the day traders also focus on what? The daily price fluctuation. So they don't hold trade overnight. They normally close the trade within the day. Okay, so I explained what differentiate what things that differentiate scalpers from what day traders. I said even though they all close the trade within the day, but their differences is going to come from what? The time frames. Okay, their differences is going to come from the time frame that they normally focus for their directional buyer. So daily time frames, day traders normally focus on what? The daily and H4 for their directional buyers, and the scalpers normally use the H1 for their directional buyers. They don't go beyond the H1 time frame. And swing traders normally use the monthly, weekly, daily time frame. They hold trades overnight. When it comes to swing traders, they normally hold trades overnight, and they focus on the higher time frames. Okay, and we have position traders too. So position traders are normally like investors. So for them, they can hold trade for months and years. They are what? Position traders. So they are like investors. So we have some factors that determine or choosing the time frames. So as I stated or indicated, your personality is going to determine the time frame or the type of trader you are going to be. So if you are quick decision maker, or if you are aggressive, you are going to focus on what, being a scalper, focusing on the lower time frames. And what your time availability too is going to also determine the type of trader you are going to be. Okay, so the longer the time frame, the shorter the many hours you have at your side for the day, the shorter the time frame you are going to what, be focusing on. And the limited time you're having at your side, the longer the time frame you are going to focus on. So as I explained, I talk about what, shorter time frame, the psychology, or what, some of their attributes. With the shorter time frame, you are going to be experiencing a lot of noise and fake outs. You are going to lose a lot. You are going to, or your side, your emotions is going to be affected when it comes to what, the lower time frames. And the longer time frames requires a lot of patience and discipline. You need to be patient, you need to have a lot of discipline at your side. And in conclusion, I said determine the time frame is going to be based on what, your trading goals and your personality and the availability of time you have at your side. So at this point, any question? So much loss on 1 minute and most of my investment. Yeah. So I know. So if you are listening to me, I'm an experienced trader. You get it? I'm an experienced trader, so I know exactly what I talk for. Anything that I've been saying to you, I've witnessed it before. So I mean, I've traded the forex market for 6 years. I was unprofitable for 5 years. So you need to know that. So I know exactly what I say. So lost most of my investment. So mostly, if you focus on the 1 minute and the 5 minutes, count yourself as a failure. Most people are losing, but I'm not saying most people are not losing over there. Most people are not profitable over there. You have a lot of people making money from there, but a lot of them too are losing. So you need to know that, especially focusing on the 5 minutes and the 1 minute, we are going to be losing a lot. Who is calling me by this time? So any question? Any question? If you have a question, kindly drop it in the chat box. So someone was saying, I'm trading with live account, but I keep on losing. Yeah, so you need to get education. If you keep trading, is very hard. Trading is really so, but some people think they can outsmart the system. You can't cheat the system. Pay for education. Let's get educated. You get it, and dedicate time. You need to have time. Don't Trading is not short term. Get rich quick. You get it. It's not a get rich quick something. If you have not figured out what works for you, you need to take it slow. So you have figured out what works for you. You have been seeing consistency on your account for maybe 3 months, 4 months before you start going in big. But if you are not consistent, you need to take it slow, because this game is very hard. It's very hard to be profitable. So that's why a lot of people are losing funding accounts and other stuff, because they are focusing on lower time frames. So if you have a question so far on the presentation I made, if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat box. Drop your questions in your chat box. Share the link. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Share the link. Let me know if you're having a question. Drop it in the chat box. So focus on. So in my conclusion, what I would say is what, the higher time frames are the profitable time frames. Okay, the higher time frames are the profitable time frames. What about the H1 and the 2 hour time frame? So what I do, for me, what I do is what, I focus on the daily and the H4 time frame. You get it? I focus on the daily and the H4 time frame. So you need to understand that the H1, so I tried the H1, I've tried the H1 before, and I was getting a lot of fake outs. You get it? I was getting a lot of fake outs. So you can test it yourself. You have people who concentrate solely on the daily the H1 time frame. So you can test it yourself. But from my experience, the H1 wasn't a profitable time frame, especially if I'm using it for my directional buyers. So one thing I'm going to say to you is what, if you start trading, you need to, if you come to the market, you need to make sure you've understood the directional buyers. You need to ask yourself, where is the market heading to for the day? You get it? Ask yourself, where is the market heading to for the day? Is the market bullish? Is the market bearish? You get it? You need to understand, is the market bullish? Is the market bearish? Or is the market in a bullish trend? Or is the market in what? A bearish trend? You need to understand this thing. So with the directional bias, I normally focus on the higher time frame for my directional bias. So sometimes I can be going as low as the M15 time frame to be taking entry, but that doesn't mean my directional bias. I was focusing on the trend of the market. I was focusing on the M15. I was coming from way from the higher time frame, and I came to the lower time frame, and I made sure they were all in a line. They were all in the same direction. You get it? I make sure they were all in the same direction. So I didn't just wake up and started taking trades on the M15 time frame. I focused on the higher time frame. So you need to understand this thing. But please, I also have a problem with entry and exit of trade. Yeah, so with that one, it takes a time. It takes a long time. Not a long time. It takes some time for you to be able to understand how it works. So when it comes to time frame, normally I concentrate on. I can be taking entry on the H4 time frame. I can be taking entry on the daily time frame based on what the market is presenting to me. So you can be watching. I've done a video on entries, so you can be watching my entry video, and it can give you a clarity on how it works. It can be given a clarity on how it works. But as I said, taking entry on seeing me taking entry on M15 doesn't mean I was analyzing on M15. You get it? It doesn't mean I was analyzing on M15. It doesn't mean I was analyzing on M15. I focus on the higher time frame. So my focus was on the higher time frame, and I will move to the lower time frame. So you need to understand that. So when it comes to entry, you need to analyze from the higher time frame. So if I'm analyzing, so this one for instance, so let me give you the last trade we took and the psychology. So I think last Friday or so I saw a trade, but because of the CPI on the pound, so let me check it out and see. So there was a trade over here. You get it? There was a trade over here. So if this trade is not giving me an entry at the H4 time frame, I need to move to the lower time frame. So I can move to the extent that I can be going to the lower time frame. I can be going lower to the lower time frame. Okay, you people are not seeing my screen, right? Let me share my screen. So as I was saying, the trade I'm talking about. So this trade that I'm talking about. So this trade, for instance, this is the trade I'm talking about. The entry was around, okay. So I started doing my analysis on the daily time frame. I need to know where the wave is moving to. So it's like swimming. As I give the example, if you are swimming, where is the wave moving to? Where is the river flowing to? You need to follow where the wave is moving to. So the wave is what? An uptrend. So I know I have it at the back of my head. Daily is what? An uptrend. The higher time frame, price is moving up. Okay, price is in bullish trend. Price is buying. So I have it in my mind. I'll go and confirm it at what? The H4 time frame. Where is the H4 moving to? H4 2 was up. Price is moving up. People are constant. The investors are what? They are taking buying positions, okay, in the market. So if I see this thing, if I move to the lower time frame, I'm going to search for what? A trend which is up. I need to make sure the trend 2 at the lower time frame is up before I'll execute. So that's how we normally work our way out when it comes to multiple time frame analysis. You get it? When it comes to multiple time frame analysis. So you need to understand that. So I can be taking an entry over here. If I take a sell over here, you can see the trend is a downtrend. If you know how to read the market, you can see it's a downtrend. But I can be taking a buy over here. The reason is what? My focus is at the lower time frame. You get it? The focus is at what? The higher time frame. The focus is at the higher time frame. So you need to understand that. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? So as I said, if you want to get more understanding about how this thing that I'm explaining to you works, you can join the boot camp. I'm going to be taking you through the boot camp. When you get there, I will explain it into details. I'll make sure you guys have understood whatever I'm talking about. You are going to be talking about it again. So if you are interested in joining the boot camp, it's still ongoing. You can still join. Okay, we just started. You are not far, so you can join the boot camp. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. You are going to end on what, 15th of next month. So you have a lot of time in our favor. We have a lot of time in our favor. So you need to join the boot camp. You get it? You need to join the boot camp. A lot of things that I'm sharing over there. People who are people in the bootcamp are really enjoying the value that I'm giving, because there are a lot of value that I'm sharing over there that sometimes in the free materials that I'm giving out, you are not going to be enjoying that. So if you are interested in joining the bootcamp, kindly chat me up on WhatsApp. Okay, kindly chat me up on WhatsApp, and I'm going to take you through the process, the things, the requirements you need to have to join the bootcamp. So the only requirement is for you to pay an amount of money. You pay as if you are in Ghana, so converting it in dollars. So it's going to be, you are going to pay let me say 600 cedis. 600 cedis in dollars is going to be, I think, so it's just a peanut, $37. So you are going to be paying $37 to join. You get it? So if you are outside Ghana, this is the rate you are going to be used to pay. So you join the boot camp and you're going to be taking it from there. So a lot of nuggets being shared over there. People who are already in the training are really enjoying the lessons being taught over there. So you can still join, okay? And one thing you have to notice, the next boot camp is going to be, the price I'm going to charge for the next boot camp is going to be higher than that. You get it? When value increases, price also increases. Okay, so day in and day out, as I'm updating, as I'm upgrading on my knowledge, the price level too is also increasing. So you need to take note of that. All right, so if there's no question, let's call it a night. So tomorrow you need to put this channel on a bell notification. Anytime I come live, you are going to be notified. You need to understand that anytime that I come live, you are going to be notified, because sometimes I come live without alerting the various groups. So you need to understand. Put the channel on a bell notification. Just click on the bell notification, or just put all the videos that I'll be sharing over here on a notification. So anytime I come live, you are going to be notified. Okay, so see you all tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. We are meeting here. Okay, so see you all. Have a nice day. We are going to be making money this week. We need to make money. Okay, we need to make money. So for you to be making money, you need to be making right decisions too in the market. So for the past 2 weeks, we have been making money back to back. Okay. So we are this week. The goal for the week is for us to be disciplined and patient. We are not having any monitoring goals, because the market, you can't have monitoring goals for the market. Okay, but we have your goal for the week should be following your trading plan. That's my goal. My goal is to follow my trading plan, not to make this amount of money. I'm having my risk parameter, what I'm going to risk per trade and those stuffs, but I don't have goal on the amount I'm going to, because the market is not guaranteed. Nothing is going to guarantee that I'm going to make money next week. So the only thing that I'm having a goal on, the only goal that I'm having for the week is to follow my trading plan. So see you tomorrow, same time, on the same channel. Okay, have a nice night, or have a good night. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.